My name is Ken, and today is the first of 2 episodes on steel factory construction. The first episode focused on steel factory planning and prep. We'll also progress our milestones. Enjoy!
Let's Foundry up. Let's take a look at our plan. So we're gonna need 22 concrete constructors, or we could probably do 21 and do an overclock. And what are they coming in at? They're coming in on 2 480 belts and a 7 and the one that we have locally. Okay, that's fine. Let's do concrete later. Let's do this. We need 23 smelters and 12 foundries. 23 smelters and 12 foundries. The smelters really need to happen first. But we do the smelters over here, or this end of things. Well, maybe we do need to do the constructors first. All right, let's lay down the constructors for the concrete. I want to try to keep some room open in the center. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can double row this beast. And then we need 21, right? Oh shit. It scared the crap out of me. I was like, what is going on? I didn't even notice that I had the little attack thing. And then he jumped through the hologram. That was funny. All right, so a little trick here. If you hit G, you can filter for the dismantle, and then we're gonna select just constructors so we can see where we're at. So we're at 20. And I think I'm pretty happy with the 20. I think 20 is good. I think 20 is good because we need the equivalent of 21.6. So we'll do a little overclocking and it's no big deal. So here's our setup for our limestone. Now that we know where that is, we can be a little bit more knowledgeable about our placement. What if we just go 2 rows? Smelter, call it smelter here. And then how many do we need? 22, 22, we need 22. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and delete 3 off the back end. Now for the foundations, foundries, sorry, we need 12. We're gonna need a decent amount of room because we're gonna have to do a little something. So we'll probably do like a manifold belt down from the middles in, something like that. Let's do this. Let's pull you, perfect. Smack you there. And then we'll make the one on the end special. And we need 0.284. So we need 128.4. Okay, I think that's what we need. And then we'll manifold this way, come around and manifold that way. How are we gonna avoid? We'll put the coal up. We need 12. Well, let's find the middle. Well, it's 23. So what's the middle of 23? 12, right? This bro right here is the middle. Which means if we want to split the difference, We center it off of him. And then we need to build 12, so 6 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect fit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got any room to work? We do. A little bit of room in here. Let's build a little electrical room right now. So, see what I'm doing here is I'm making it really easy for us later. Put a switch in there. We've got a little electrical building to help keep us organized with power. When I get switches, I'll put them right there, and we can turn this whole thing off. 45. Remember, here, let's copy these settings down. They're gonna have 450. Basically, these two belts, these two added together, and these two added together, you're each gonna have 450, right? And what do we have here? 45. Well, that's 10. So where's our 10? There's 9, and you'll have 1 left over for this guy. We got to deal with this guy. He's the extra. He is the extra. So how much do we need in addition to the 900? 75 more. That's going to be this guy without the Mark II. So 75. Let's see. How would we do this? We go like this. We can add him in. And then a merger. And then back to a splitter. All right, remember, this is 45 going in here. Okay? 450, sorry. 450 going in. We take out 45, and we have 405. We take out another 45. Now we have 360. If we take 360, now let's do it. Let's do what we see. 450 minus 45 minus 45, 360 plus 75, 435. It'll fit. This actually should go up from back here. Actually, we're gonna learn something new. We're gonna learn a new technique. This looks gross, right? Because it's colliding with, it's clipping with this, with these two machines on each side. So what I want to instead do is I want to force this conveyor lift to attach to this merger in a spot that is closer this way. Basically, I want to get rid of this little kind of, it looks like a rubber piece. You know, it's got these ridges, and I want to bring it in. All right, and so that's what we're going to do. And while we do it, we want to do shorty? No, we'll do the tall one. We'll keep it tall. So how do we do that? Well, I'm going to show you. First thing you do is you get 4 meters above. And what we're going to do is we're going to build what is essentially a reference point. And we're going to force it onto that reference point. Okay, and we want it to be not here. We want it to be 2 meters in. Okay. And so instead of clicking onto this reference point and going into nothing, we're going to click on that reference point and go down into that. Now, I'm going to try to be really quiet here. I want you to see if you can hear this. Do you hear this? A little beep, beep, beep. That's how you know that it has connected correctly. And so now when we look, there's no clipping. Okay, we've brought in the connection, and then we can get rid of this. See that? I use that shit all the time. And I absolutely love for aerial belts like this new method. It's really ridiculously amazing. So now we can drop in our 75. Don't have to mess around with this on the flooring, and it's up above, so we can put our other belt in here. It really couldn't be better. Okay, nice. So we have a plan. It's a little tight over here, but you know, we've had worse. We do have a little overclocking to do, and we'll do that shortly. I think he's the last one. All right. Put on all the little guys. I love this song. All right, now all these little guys. Now there was a thing about, yeah, we can just click on the machine itself, and it is a lot better at figuring out what needs to go where. And I'm seeing that that is the case. So I don't have to point in here anymore like I used to. I can just point it at the constructor. All right. Now let's put in Mark IIs. Again, this would be upgraded to Mark IVs when we can. Let's do the overclock. And the overclock are going to be, let's put them in the front here. So let's do, so we're one short, right? We have 20. Now there's 21. And we need an additional 0.643. So 64.3%. And we're going off of this right here. Now, how much total does that make? Look at that, 324. Well, 324, that's less than a Mark IV belt. So we can do all of this with one belt on the output side, which is great. Really simplifies things. That's how you know this is a small factory. Look at all this concrete we're making, and it still all fits on one output belt at Mark IV. We're gonna probably bring one belt back the other direction, sushi belt, with all this stuff. Look at how little we have. Okay, right? This is what, 50? That's another 20. Okay. I think we could just stack all of these items on one sushi belt, make it like a Mark II all the way back, and it's good. That's the other way that you know this is really a small factory. The entirety of the outputs of this thing fit on like one Mark II belt. Hey, this is a smallish factory. I mean, this is a small factory, but that's okay. If it seems big to you, it just means that you just started, that's all. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we're gonna basically do one giant ass belt, manifold belt, because we're just gonna assume again that it is a Mark IV, even though that it is not, at least not yet. That really is nice. Goes right in. Very smooth. All right. Looking good. Let's go ahead and hook up. All right, and then let's do a merger here. All right. Now we need to do power. It's an easy way to do power here. I'm not trying to win any awards. Right down the middle. 3, 2. Should be putting them center. Now, where's our power supply? Why are we being cheated? I think you've been cheated. Oh, we got power. Do we not have power here? Oh, we do. Oh, well, it would help if I connected them like that. There we go. The concrete is alive. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn this factory off so we can kind of turn it on together. So power's off. Okay, this will go up to the next floor. Let's run the logistics for the next most difficult part. If we can get through the 22 concrete, we just did the 22 concrete, and then the 23 smelters and 12 foundries, and we really need to get the steel beams and the steel pipes going so we can progress some of these milestones. So that's what we're gonna do next, is we're gonna focus on the smelters. We've already built them, we just have to power them and do logistics, and the foundries. Okay, if we can knock out these two, all right, then we can go up and we can make our 2 molded beam foundries, and then 4.5 steel beam constructors and 7 steel pipe constructors. And then that's sort of the steel quadrant of this, or the steel upper half, steel and concrete. And then down here is mostly iron, wire, and cable, and then we do shoot some steel pipe over there, right? But it doesn't need any steel ingots, nor does it need any concrete. Look at this, that's handy. 480 iron ingots exactly, so 1 full belt, so we'll have to keep that in mind. The rest of the iron ingots are gonna go other places, but 1 full belt is gonna go into the foundries, okay? So we're gonna work on that right now. Let's partition these up. What are you gonna have? You're gonna have, well, he's gonna stay at Mark 1. He's gonna have 75, and we're gonna do the extra with him. How many do we have? I think we have 22. I'm hitting G so we can select them all and count them. There's that creepy bird. Yeah, we have 22, perfect. We don't need 22. We need 22.284. Now, I think I already overclocked one of these. Yeah, I don't want this guy overclocked. I want it overclocked on this other end. All right, so we need 284. So we need 28.4%. 128.4%. All right, so this guy is going to handle inputting this 38 and this 30. That's the 68. That's the 68.519. You see that? 68.519, 60, and then 38.52. Okay. All right. All right, now everybody else is going to head this direction. So many splitters. Hey, don't make noise at me, bird. I've got a Xeno basher and you're Xeno. All right, so how many does he get before we have to switch over? Right, there's 300 and 300, and that's 10. Okay, so we're gonna do a little something like all right, so let's count out 10. 1, 2, 9, 10. Okay, and then what? Well, now we actually change this one coming from the side. All right. Looking good. All right, those are all hooked up. All right, that's not bad if I get in a little rhythm here. That's what I have to do when I'm building these big factories. Well, this is not a big factory, but when I built my big factories, you just have to find a rhythm and a method that helps you accurately get what you want. Okay, power is set. Input manifolds are set. Output is, let's see, what do we got? 480 are going into the solid steel ingot foundries. Okay, we get 30. So what is 480 divided by 30? 16. So 16 of these bad boys get put on a line and they get used to make the steel. All right, so 16. 2. 3. I think that's 13. 15. 16. No. No. All right, nice. Okay, I think it's time to do the coal, and then we'll work around the coal for the iron. All right, and then I like to go ahead and put these splitters on here like this. All right, so the reason that I'm putting these up above, that way they are out of the way of the belts that have to go in here. If we had this on the ground floor, somebody would be clipping somehow, so we have to bring somebody up. And I decided to go with the coal because the coal can really be easily influenced to go up. It's all in one line, right? And so it's really easy. This first 16 turns right back around. And Manifold feeds the rest, well, actually all of them. I love that force trick for to get these to do what you want. It really does work. All right, splitter. Do we care about that? I'm trying not to. I'm truly trying not to. Especially since we already locked all those in, which maybe was not the best thing. What if we brought that in? Oh, it looks so much better. Oh, I hate when I come up with something that I like. It needs more work. All right, so we just put it in the middle, go up 2. You have to start there, and then go down and delete. Okay, put it in the middle, go up 2. Start there, go down. Nope. When you hear the crunch, you're there. All right, let's get these splitters back in. Can we stick a splitter in there? In a way that doesn't look like crap. Oh yeah, half nudge. 1, 2, and then 1 up. Okay, nice. Dunzo. And this will work as just a really long ass manifold. No problems at all. NBD. Okay. Now, how many of these are we making? A lot. More than 480. Yeah, 720. Which is 480 plus what? 360 and 360? Basically, we'll overflow into 2 of the... Each one will overflow into 1. The leftovers will add together to do the final of these 3 tasks. So 360 and 360 is fine with me, which means that we just need to group up 6 of these, because 6 times 60 is 360. And then let's group them up on this end, and then we'll go up and use them in the factories. I think that's good enough for now. That's the second one. The first one's going to be this. We gotta finish these hookups. Last is power, and then these guys are done. And this last one can handle them both. Be right. Come on. There. All of our ingots should be flowing to here. For steel, we need to figure out where the rest of the iron ingots are going to go. All right. I've got a feeling the first floor is done. So how many total machines are we building? If we go to buildings, we can see that we're building 18 assemblers, 50 constructors, 15 foundries, 1 manufacturer, and 23 smelters. So we've handled half the constructors, almost all the foundries, and all the smelters. More than halfway done, really. So let's get a second floor onto this bad boy. And then I was thinking, should I do a logistics floor? Probably should, but we'll make him a shorty. A true shorty logistics floor. All right. Now, the first thing I want to do is get the items rolling for the steel so we can send some milestones tonight. We'll probably have to clean up the edges here. I may not need this logistics floor, but it's better to have it not need it, you know, or other way around. All right, factory floor, baby. Let's bring up the goodies. All right, so what's our priorities? Our priorities is let's get our steel going. All right, what's our steel look like? Mostly constructors and 2 foundries. We need 12 constructors and 2 foundries. 12, I said, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 12 and 2 foundries. All right. Yeah, these two together. 270 plus 210. That's more than 480. Wait, is that exactly 480? Don't tell me that's exactly 480. It is. Holy cow. I mean, I guess it makes sense. That kind of stuff happens sometimes. 1 full belt goes into that. I'm gonna line these 2 up, and then Mr. Foundry gets his own. Okay, Mr. Foundry here, these 2 foundries, that he gets his own at 240. But everybody else goes in to the constructors. So let's set the constructors, 4.5 constructors for steel beams, and the other 7 for steel pipe. All of the constructors. All right, now let's hook them up. You're watching Belt Building ASMR with Construction. Let's see, let's do concrete up above. Well, let's do this first. This just goes here. Okay, and then where's the input? It's here. Great. Molded beam. Molded beam. First 7 is going to be set to steel pipe. 6, 7. And we got how many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many we need? Yes. And then we're going to underclock the last one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are getting underclocked to what, 50%? Yeah, 50%. And then since we're gonna sushi belt everything anyway, although really could use some smart splitters, why don't we just sushi belt this whole thing? Make it easy on ourselves. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna load up all these items on the same belt, because they can be. And then we'll get them all to the old base, and we'll sort them and bin them there. Can't sushi about them yet, because they have to go somewhere and do different jobs. All right, so that's fine. Where's our break? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be steel pipe still. The next one should be steel beams. Yeah, all these need to be beams. 4 and 5, and then you're done. You're gonna go down to the logistics floor. Six, 7. Perfect. All right, and then you go down to the subfloor as well. All right, let's get power up. What are we gonna do? I think we'll go right in the cross there. All right. How many items are we making here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want a little factory-sized item set. And they can come in from the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have signs yet, but this will be good for now. All right, now what we can do is when we finish an input, we can put them in here. And then we can also, when we have the smart splitters that we need, which we'll do first in the next episode for sure, so that we can overflow to these boxes and then send to us down to Sushi Belt. I'm just gonna send steel beams. All right. This should be our steel beams. All right. So I'm just trying to get a output set up for these things that we need for the steel. And I think that's it. So let's test. Let's flip this on for the first time and see how we do. Again, we really only have part of this factory turned on. I mean, built. But let's follow it down, shall we? Down here we have are none of these connected? Or are they connected, but I forgot to connect them? There we go. Did I ever run power down to the coal? Oh, I did. I just never put it in. All right. Actually, I didn't. So we have to do both those things. So that goes there. That goes there. Let's run it from the other direction, shall we? So it doesn't look so weird. And we need some power. There we go. All right, are we making some steel? Is our first steel online yet? It is. All right, there goes the steel. Now, we chop this out. 480. And is that this first one here? Yes. The other input goes to the Foundry. And we're getting our basics complete right now, actually. And by basics, I mean the pipe and beams. In fact, we should be sending some home. There goes the beams. Pipe may take a little while to manifold, but let's check on it. And we need a full belt there for sure. And we're not getting it, so I mean, that looks pretty close to full. Yeah, it's just the slow belt manifolding. Okay. Okay, so let's keep working on the factory while we wait for those to do their thing. And then let's also, if we're gonna build it like this, then we have to do this. On the catwalk. So that we can get to it. Beams. All right. So let's discuss what we've done. We've done the 21 constructors. We've done the 12 foundries. We've done the 23 smelters. Boom, boom, boom. Then we also did these 2 foundries, these constructors, and those constructors. And it's looking good. Next, I was thinking of doing the... we should probably work on this. You know what we really need? We need to pause. I can't live my life without smart splitters. So let's take a break from building. The Caterium is very close. We cannot mine it yet, but we can throw a crap ton of portable miners on it. We need smart splitter. I need smart splitters in order for me to live my best life. Okay, AI limiters. That's what I needed. And honestly, I kind of could have used these too.
Research completed. AI limiter recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
While we're here and we're doing Caterium, let me get those Mark IIs. There were a couple of instances where I really could have used them.
Power pole Mark II unlocked. This provides additional power connections compared to the power pole Mark I.
All right, we need to make 10 AI limiters. Really like the regular switch out of there too. So we're here. I think we should grab it. Basically what I'm gonna do is kind of set up some smart splitter overflows into the various buses. And let me try to explain that. Concrete's perfect example. We need concrete to go 3 places. Our concrete is all gonna be on one belt, 325 per minute. And it needs to go in 3 places. It needs to go to the molded beams, probably where I'm gonna send it first. And then it needs to overflow to the encased industrial beams assemblers, which we haven't even unlocked yet. Right, and then finally, the last little bit will go to the heavy encased frame manufacturer recipe, which we also haven't unlocked yet. But the point is what I like doing is doing smart splitters for that kind of job. That's why we're kind of over here unlocking them. Plus, I also want some storage, and having the overflow for storage is always really nice. Smart splitter!
Smart splitter unlocked. The Smart Splitter offers advanced settings that can improve conveyor belt logistics.
We can do the power switch over there. As long as we need to make ourselves like 70 AI limiters. So what I'm going to do next is I'm actually probably not going to do the encased or concrete side of things. What I want to do is get the space elevator parts working. Now this is nice. This is one Mark 1 belt. So what we can do here, but we'll still need a smart splitter. Okay, we'll prioritize that Mark 1 belt to give 60 steel beams to the versatile framework assemblers. Let's build this one out. Build it out from the beginning. Make sure that our iron ingots get split correctly. Here's another place we'll need smart splitters. But yeah, these are what we got to build next. I mean, these are already done, right? We already have the ingots. So we need to build 13 constructors, 12 assemblers, 2 more constructors. This is going to come together fast. I just need the ability to do smart splitters. All right, let's see how we doing. How we doing? Yes. Ooh, we're not making any steel pipe. All right, first use of smart splitter right after we get here. That'll help a bit. That takes, yeah, a lot. It's never gonna get there. So we need to turn some off. All right, yeah, let's turn off all of them but one. That'll help get us some pipe. We've got to get some pipe if we want to progress the milestones, and we do, because we need Mark III belts, and that will give us a lot more steel. Okay, let's do another line of constructors up here. Now let's look at the plan. We need 3 for iron plates, 10 for iron wire, and 2 for cable. So that's 15. Okay, so 15. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 14, 15. Nice. It's about equal to the other items. Now let's work backwards. This is actually going to be 2 cable constructors, but one of them is reduced by 2/3, so we just do 20. All right, cable's good. Now the wire needs 48.1% alternate iron wire. 48.1. And the rest of the wire is fine. And there should be 9 others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. And then how many for our friends, the iron plate? Just 3. And then you're the same thing. And then you're special. We only need, we only need a 33%. All right, so these are all set. We're gonna send the belts down to the floor. So I'm gonna treat these as one big long line, but they have different recipes, different inputs, and different outputs. And after this, we have to put up like just a handful of assemblers, and we're done with this factory. Okay, first. Oh yeah, we're running the iron. We're supplying the iron. Here's our iron ingots right here that we need to use. Let's work a little bit on this constructor line, and then we'll go down there and we'll grab our steel and we'll head over and unlock some milestones, including Mark III belts, which will greatly increase the ability for us to turn more of this factory on, because a lot of it's stuck behind slower belts. Yeah, and they could slide in here. That's a concrete. Where do they need to go, though? Even though these two types of constructors have two different recipes and they make two different things, they both have the same input. Iron ingot. You know, and little things like that make the factory substantially not only easier and faster to build, but less prone to bugs. All right, and then this is another example of a very long manifold. Our inputs set. I think they are. Now, where is this iron plate going after we make it? So it's going to the stitched iron plate assemblers. And so we can we make those real quick? I mean, they're just gonna be over here. So let's gather it up and send it this way. Yeah, those two are done, okay. And those three are done. All right, good. And then the output goes down just like the other. And then Mark II's to connect. All right, he's done too. All right, let's feed their inputs. Well, we fed that input. We just need to feed this input. What is this input? This input is a bunch of the wire that we just made. But we'll need to do an overflow because we're going to have to send the rest to a stator. Well, we'll send it to the stator. We'll overflow it to make the cable. So why don't we do it right here at the end? Are we going to put our assembler in, and then I'll continue that assembler down the line. All right, let's build out our assemblers. We need 18. These are pretty big. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we're gonna need another line. We can make a blueprint that stacks them. Let me think on those assemblers for a second. Let's grab our items. Let's head back. Let's unlock at least some of this steel stuff. And drop her in.
Milestone reached. Improved storage containers and the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously necessary tools for improving your current setup. Production speed is of the essence after all. So work hard. Work as if every person you have ever or will ever love is depending solely on the choices that you make. Because they are. Warning. Fix-it psychologists recommend not dwelling on the crushing mental and physical strain of your responsibilities and simply continuing to be productive. Hard work has repeatedly proven to be the best cure for any kind of stress. Now back to work.
Oh.
Tool belt expanded. No alien organisms were harmed during the creation of this tool belt.
Madrigal says, don't forget to like the stream on YouTube.
Research completed. Experimental power generation research options are now available. These may enhance performance of other fuel sources.
It's blueprint time.
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce repetitive building tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth, with its beautiful ecosystems, abundant natural resources, and sunsets over frolicking puppies and kittens. The blueprint designer allows you to build and combine structures once and then duplicate that configuration effortlessly. Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies.
Re-entry is finito. Let's launch.
Milestone reached. The Miner Mark II allows extraction of resources from nature to fix it at twice the speed of the Mark I model. Miners can be directly upgraded to Mark II without removing the Mark I model, just like conveyor belts and other upgradable infrastructure. Unfortunately, setting up the production of advanced steel parts and project part number 3, automated wiring, will not be as easy. Every moment you delay reduces the chances of saving humanity. I will not show you the predictions, it would only demotivate you.
I think we gotta do a sign pack. I don't want to save for the billboard. Do we have an extra ticket? Oh, yes. Billboard.
Where did you leave your lizard doggos? What's in this storage container? Where did you put the essential components needed to save humanity? Do you wish there was text to prevent you from constantly taking the wrong turn? Disguise your struggles to comprehend the complexity of your surroundings with signs.
Well, I will. How much time's left? 6 minutes still. I don't want to wait 6 minutes. We got crap to do.
Thank you for watching episode 8. There's a link to the full episode playlist in the description.